Welcome to Paradigm Shift. Starting now.
Welcome back to The Explainer. You know, whenever Pakistan's economy hits the news, we're almost always talking about IMF loans, foreign reserves, or fiscal deficits, right? But there's a much deeper, almost invisible crisis unfolding right under the surface. It's a slow, quiet deindustrialization. And the main villain here? It isn't a lack of talent. It's not a lack of resources. It's actually the absolutely skyrocketing cost of electricity. So let's dive into this and see what's really happening on the ground.
Section 1. The silent deindustrialization.
Okay, the contrast here is just undeniable. A local Pakistani factory owner is currently paying roughly 15.7 cents per unit for industrial electricity. But if we look right next door at regional competitors in places like India or China, they're paying 3 to 4 times less. Just think about the sheer scale of that disadvantage.
Section 2. A factory owner's squeeze.
So how exactly does this energy squeeze choke local output? Well, we don't even have to guess because we actually have the data to prove it. The Regionally Competitive Energy Tariffs Experiment, or RCET, is the perfect case study. Step 1. The government dropped industrial electricity tariffs down to a much more manageable 9 cents a unit. And suddenly, our factory owner had a fighting chance. Production ramped up. But then, Step 3 happened. The policy was pulled, rates spiked back up, and predictably, exports plummeted straight back down.
Section 3. 4 flaws in the grid. So if affordable energy is the clear answer, why is the bill still so astronomically high? Let's peel back the layers of the grid. There are 4 massive structural flaws dragging everything down: cross-subsidies, excess capacity, distribution losses, and poor policy coordination.
Section 4. The downward economic spiral.
Now let's zoom out from our single factory owner for a second, because this triggers a vicious downward spiral for the entire country. Step 1. Crushed by these inflated bills, local factories shut down, like those 200 we talked about earlier. Step 2. Seeing this totally hostile environment, investors pack up and flee to other countries. Step 3. Fewer factories means exports rapidly shrink. And Step 4. To survive, the businesses that are left turn to informal, highly inefficient power setups. The whole formal industrial base basically starts to crumble.
Section 5. Rewiring for the future.
But look, it really doesn't have to be this way. There are clear, actionable policy steps that can save our factory owners and revitalize the economy. First, instead of punishing the industry with cross-subsidies, the government needs to shift to giving direct financial support to the poor. Second, instead of a rigid, monopolized grid, industries need the freedom to buy power through open, competitive markets. And most crucially, those competitive energy tariffs we saw working so beautifully earlier, those need to be made permanent.
Ultimate takeaway here: power policy literally equals the industrial future. If electricity stays this ridiculously expensive, this slow deindustrialization is absolutely going to continue. And historically speaking, once a country loses its industrial base, once those factory owners sell off their machines and lock their doors for good, getting it back is incredibly difficult. The clock is ticking, and time is rapidly running out.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Will Pakistan fix its power policy before its industry fades forever? We have the data. We know exactly what needs to be done. Now, it really comes down to action. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep questioning the systems around you.